Hey, hey, hey! So, I have zero planned, but I did actually go live like 2 minutes ago, and for some reason it was like not showing anything, and then it showed that it was only showing for me. So, I literally deleted the whole entire 15-minute video because I'm like, well, apparently somebody is not supposed to see this, so I'm going to start fresh, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I did a live video today in my Facebook group, Expand Your Destiny. If you have not seen it, go watch it because it sparked something in the universe, and everybody is just creating everywhere. My inbox is just full, like my Voxer is full of people in tears, just like inspired, and it got me really thinking. And I might copy some of the content that I posted over there just if it pops up, but for the most part you're going to go on and watch the video anyways. But it got me thinking about why do I show up? Like, why do I show up? I get in funks, and I don't have to work. I I have a great life. I could do without the hate mail or the shaming or the judgment or the, being an influencer is not easy, my friends. Like, it is just not. You're always getting judged. You should be doing something different. You're too harsh. You're too tough love. Like, you need to be nice. You need to motivate people, or you need to inspire people, not motivate people. Like, you're just too straightforward. You don't understand my situation. And I was like, and sometimes it gets draining because you get more negative than you do positive. And I started to think, because I just got a boost of energy today. Like, people have just been, like, when like God just knows that you need something, and it's like God has just been like blessing me today, like with these boxers and messages, and I'm getting tagged in posts everywhere of just like gratitude, and it really brought like tears to my eyes because number one, it gets heavy sometimes. And you know me, I'm always going to keep it real. Like, I love what I do. I'm not quitting. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. But sometimes the further up the ladder you get, the more lonely you get, because I think people think that you have all these people around you, but in reality you don't. Like I can tell you, I could count on one hand how many friends I actually have or hang out with, or whatever it is. And so I think people just don't bother you because they think that, oh, you just are always have people around you. And I'm like, no, I have a lot of like people that have questions and people that want coached or people that this, but like I don't really, have that thing. And so I started thinking about like why my video in my group, like people were so into it today. And I'm like, honestly, it's just because I show up. Like, that is the one thing I think really makes people attracted to me, is that I just show up no matter what. And I was looking at my post about my miscarriage, and I was looking at the fact of, how did I know a year ago that I would be okay? How did I know a year ago that I would be okay? Because ask me 7 or 6 years ago, when Tab was in the hospital, like dying, seizures, allergic to every food, vomit to shock, go blue, like, and I was the victim, and why is this happening to me, and life is so sad, and like, it was just, everything was horrible. And then take that sadness onto my marriage, and then I'm like screaming at my husband at 2 a.m., and it's like, I was miserable, you guys. I had postpartum so bad. Like, I was struggling. And then I just kept manifesting more struggling, because I kept just focusing on the broken record of how horrible life is and why me and blah, 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 blah. Versus, take me to my miscarriage last year. I was struggling. I was sad. I was in pain. But I knew I'd be okay. Because I knew how to catch my cycles. I had a higher level of faith. I now had another angel on the other side that's way more powerful than I am. Because honestly, like, we are these spiritual bodies in this human form trying to explain our niche or our vision or our dreams or all of these different things. Like, we're trying to speak in spiritual form in a humanly way, and you cannot put words to that. You cannot put words to your thoughts. We've tried, we have language and we try, but you really can't truly explain. Like right now, I'm not really explaining this how I'm wanting to explain the feeling that I have. But all I know is I show up. And I show up for the one person. The one person that Voxered me bawling saying that live was exactly what I needed. You have no idea. Like I was ready to quit it all. I had nobody on my side. I'm on your side. I'm on your side, friend. But you have to show up for your own life. Like, I can't drag you. I get people like, my messenger is full, and today there was a lot of people that was like, oh my gosh, that live was so great. You know what? You're my coach. I'm in. No questions asked. Just by a vibe, just by a feeling. Just like my clients are like soul. Like, it's just a knowing. It just happens. And like, I very rarely have to market my coaching. And what's interesting is then you get the people that are like, hey, I'm looking for a coach. How much is it? And instantly I'm like, not my person. Not my person. Because they're still out here in the logical world. I align myself with spiritual soul people. And that's where I want you to get. I want you to get to the point that you show up on a live and push play when you have no idea what the hell you're going to talk about. Just let it flow. Because people cannot change their life without somebody else speaking up and giving them that opportunity. I don't care if you're selling like a religious belief, if you're selling a political belief, if you're selling a thought that you have, if you're selling a product, if you're selling a service. If you don't actually speak up or show up, nobody has the opportunity to buy into that idea. Nobody has the opportunity to change their life. And me and my husband have committed that it's like we just show up. We just show up. If someone calls him at 2 a.m., he's answering. And he's helping them because he remembers how scary it was to take that first leap when we moved to Vegas and we just left and he had $200 in his pocket and was homeless for a month. And it's like, I remember what it was like. You guys, I've dropped 2 six-figure businesses before because they were no longer in alignment. Not to mention when I dropped my full-time clientele as a massage therapist. For what? I don't know. I was just told to. And I just jumped. I am willing to lose it all for my intuition. I am willing to lose it all for God, whatever you believe in. I am willing to lose it all. Because I promise you, when you're in alignment, when you're in integrity, and when you show up real and raw, the money flows in, my friends. Like, I was in a little bit of a, I wouldn't even say a funk because I was happy, but I kind of got chasing in the logical strategy for a minute because it's just, my strategy is on point lately. And I wasn't bringing any money in, like the last week and then all through the weekend. Like, it was the only time I wasn't making sales every single day. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And I was getting frustrated, and not because of the money, but because I kind of am competitive with myself. So I was like, okay, I want to keep this streak going. And I had to tap in and say, you're out of alignment. When you're out of alignment, you're not going to make money. Like, I'm not going to give you any rewards when you're chasing something. And even to this day, I still need that reminder. And so you have to remember, like, you've got to always be on point. There's always going to be people to compare to. You guys, I've seen people show up at my events homeless. Make a choice that was irrational to probably somebody else. And now they're making 6 figures, traveling the world, have a successful business, doing awesome. Then I have the other scale where it's successful people that make a lot of money, they're doing awesome, but their marriage is falling apart. They're depressed, they're an alcoholic, like they're just miserable. And then you have the people in the middle, because these people have an ego and they're not going to actually tell you the real raw truth like I do. They have an ego, and so they're not going to tell you any of the behind the scenes stuff. Then you have the people in the middle that are like, well, I don't really relate here because I feel like Like I have money, I have a business, I know my goals, I know where I'm headed. So it's like I don't feel like I can really get help behind me. But ahead of me, I can't even compare to that. Their life is perfect, everything is going great. Like, I need to find that person that just their life is always falling apart, but they still push forward. That's me. You guys, my life is always falling apart, but I just show up. The more that you choose to take on, the more problems you have. My dad will always tell me, you always have things going wrong in your life because you choose to take on more. And it's true. I choose to take on more, so I'm going to have more problems. If I had a simple life, I wouldn't have a lot of problems. And so I want you to know that you're not alone, but you have to show up. You have to let the ego down and be like, guess what? I do have a successful business, but I'm kind of struggling right now in COVID or whatever the issue is. Or, you know what, like, I do feel like I've done a really good job, but like my market just isn't grasping what I'm giving them. Or, you know what, like I really am doing well, but my marriage is just struggling. And I'm not saying you have to shout it to the public like I do, like, but what I will say is you've got to speak up. You can only change your life if you have the opportunity to change your life. You can only change somebody else's life if you give them the opportunity to change their life. You have to speak up, my friends. You have to. You're not alone. All of our lives suck at some level. We all just choose to look at it at a different perspective. I look at it as a learning curve. I'm very blessed for the challenges. I know it's the dark side trying to stop me, so I know the more that's going wrong, the better and the more on path that I am. And I also know that I have to speak up and ask for help. I have to tell people when I'm struggling. I have to tell people when things just aren't going well. So, I don't know what you guys got out of that. I don't know if somebody needed to hear that. I have no point to this video minus the fact of knowing why do you show up and why do you not show up. Because you're going to get criticized. Like I said, I've had the hate mail. I've been publicly shamed. I've had people not understand me. I've had people think I'm selfish, like because I set boundaries. Like it's just people, not everybody's going to understand you, and that's okay. Very few actually will. But the few that do understand you are your people, and they need you to show up. Without my team showing up, I can't show up. Without me showing up, my team can't show up. And without either of us or all of us showing up, you can't show up. So just start to show up. Just start to show up. So that's what I've done for the past 2 days. I'm all over the place, so I need to get a bit of focus, which is why I'm interested in the vision board thing. I need to update my vision board. Yes! I hope you guys got the free vision board PDF. Super amazing. And also, I hope if you haven't signed up for the vision board class on Friday, it will be recorded if you can't make it live. I will teach you these tools, my friend. Like, it is just a mind game. I had in one of the Q&As for the mastermind I had today, someone was like, so I know I'm struggling. They said, I don't have a coach right now. Every time I've done well, I had a coach. And they said, so what are some other things I can do to get that energy back? You know, can I journal? Can I do meditation? Can I have better strategy? Like, what should I do? And I literally looked at her and I said, you literally answered your own question. You just don't like the answer. Go hire a coach. That's what worked for you. That's what worked for you. But in her mind, she's like, I don't know if I want to fork out the money. I don't know what it was in her mind. I'm just assuming what was in her mind. Like, I don't want to fork out the money, or I don't know what to do, or this or that. And I'm like, if it works and you already answered your own question, so many of you already have the answer. You just want a different answer. The answer isn't going to change. You just want a different answer. So in the vision board training, I'm going to teach you how to rewire your brain to really manifest the six-figure life that you really want. Or maybe you already make six figures and you still feel like your life is falling apart, or a vision board doesn't work for you. We're really going to dive into the simple tools and techniques on how I personally make a vision board work. Because here's what I will tell you. You actually don't need a vision board. A vision board is just a mind training tool. Other than that, it's just a dream, a prayer, whatever it is, but it's how you can logically get your mind on board with focusing and knowing the action steps to take to help you get the things off of your vision board that normally wouldn't come to you because you are so clogged with crap in your mind. You're not even willing to take the action steps of the opportunities that probably step in front of you every single day. So hopefully this serves someone. If you're interested in that, just comment below. I'm interested, and my beautiful assistant Taylor will get to you, and she will get that sent off to you. But also, if you want the free PDF, just put free PDF, and we will get that to you as well too. So hopefully this changed somebody's life. I love you. Just show up. Go do something different today. And just please do not live a robotic life like the rest of the world. Bye.